interview room. Muzzy checking in, the times here, how you all doing? Alright, let's begin. Let's have a chat about the fact that I wanna interview the best fighters in the world, and that's that. Had a lot of guests from everywhere, all across the globe. Fighters tell me.
Hey guys, Muzzy here from Muay Thai Interviews again. Hope you all had a good New Year and Christmas. And we're all back in ready for 2020 to start the year again. My next guest, he's retired with over 40 fights. During his fight career, he held the WMC 76 and 79 state titles, respectively, as well as the WBC and AMF state titles at 76 kilograms. He was also featured in Season 2 of Warriors of the Mongkon, but he is now a trainer at the Pit, where he is an assistant to Blair and Clint. I'm joined by Sam Valentine. How are you, buddy?
Hey, brother. What's going on? Good.
Good, mate. Have a good Christmas and New Year. Everyone's back into it at the gym.
I did, man. Yeah, I did have a good New Year, Christmas. Thanks. Yeah, everybody's started camp. I think we're in the third week now. Yeah.
I think it's fourth, is it? No. So we started back on the 6th. Yeah.
Yeah, fourth week now, just coming in.
Yeah, it's going quick. Now, I'm keen to have a little chat with you, because when we were talking, you originally told me that the original reason why you got into Muay Thai was because you wanted to be famous and rich. Tell me about that.
Yeah, nah. I originally wanted to get into boxing because I didn't really. Well, I lived in Bunbury, and I had this attitude where throughout life that it's my way or the highway. I didn't really like authority, so I didn't have a lot of jobs that lasted long. I seemed to kind of set myself to fail up with jobs, so I didn't really know what to do with my life, how I was going to make money or how I was going to do anything. And saying this back, it makes me laugh, eh? But no, dead serious. I saw Danny Green on the front of the Sunday Times with a Ferrari.
Yeah. And
I dead set. I was like, oh, mate, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to be a boxer. I'm going to fight in the amateurs for a while, and then I'll turn pro and start making some money. But I ended up going to a gym that did boxing, Muay Thai, and Jiu-Jitsu. But I went on the wrong night, and I ended up doing Muay Thai. I went on the night that it was Muay Thai, and I just got along with the trainer, so I got into that. And turns out you don't make money.
Hey, can I ask, when you went and you accidentally did Muay Thai instead of boxing, from that first lesson, were you hooked? Like, was it love at first sight, or did it take a little while to?
Nah, I wouldn't say. I still thought, oh yeah, I would like to box, but I just thought, oh, this is fun. Like, I like this.
Yeah.
We'll see what happens. I'll keep doing this, but I like it. I wasn't like straight away, oh, this is what I'm doing, you know.
How long did it take from the, like, how many weeks or months did it take for you to go, yeah, no, I'm not going to do boxing, Muay Thai is what I want to do?
I don't know, man. I don't know. I can't really remember. I never really did. I reckon I switched off from boxing probably after my first couple of fights. Was I like, oh yeah, I'll just do this.
Yeah. And another thing I'm keen to get your point of view and your perspective from is, not only did you find Muay Thai to get you out of your old life in Bunbury, but you also suffer from ADHD. So I'm interested to hear how Muay Thai has helped you with that.
Well, yeah. For those who don't know, most people know what it is, but it's attention deficit hyperactive disorder. So it's just I don't really understand the depths of it, but it's a chemical imbalance in your brain, and you're hyperactive. So it was perfect, man. Like I didn't fare well in school. I didn't fare well in jobs because I said, my way or the highway. I had that kind of attitude.
Yeah.
Where I was only going to learn in a one track sort of mind. I'm doing it this way. But when I got to Muay Thai, see, the thing about martial arts is you sort of create your own path, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Like, so it was my way. So there was no, I was doing it my way, how I wanted.
Yeah.
And the trainer would be like, "Oh, you're going to do this," and I'm going, "Well, no, I'm going to do more." So it kind of gave me that kind of mental aspect. So it helped, man.
Yeah.
It was. I definitely feel like it was an advantage.
Yeah, well, I mean, Muay Thai is the perfect exercise to blow off some steam because not many people are going to be off energy after a session. I can tell you that much.
Yeah, for sure.
And you've back when you were fighting, you fought out of 8 weapons in Bunbury, the Pit, and Cowsock in Perth. Could you give the listeners a rundown of what training at each of those gyms was like?
Yeah, man. So Bunbury, where I started, that was with Paul Foreman, Neil Darcy, and that was when we had Jason Lee in his prime. And the thing with 8 weapons, it was a great gym. It was a great gym, but it was more focused, less on Muay Thai and more on. We still clinched, sparred, we still did everything we had to.
Yep.
But I feel like we did more of Bunbury was an awesome place, man. The scenery. So we would do long runs into the town and then down the beach, and watching the sunset down the beach 5, 6 o'clock in the arvo is phenomenal. Or we'd go to the quarry and do hill sprints. I mean, this quarry is like 100 meters high. I'm not even kidding. 100 meters long and 45 degrees. Like, this quarry was huge. And we used to do hill sprints up there, come back, clinch, spar, hip pads, need a bag, all the usual stuff. But then we'd also do kilometre road sprints, We'd go down the oval. Like, we were always doing something different that involved fitness, but not as focused on Muay Thai as compared to the other gyms.
Yeah.
So the pit, man, the pit was just business, eh? It was just nothing but all business. Every single one of us was tough, embodied the sort of the pit lifestyle. We all fought like it, trained like it. It was just hardcore, man. Like, you would spar heaps of rounds, clinch 20 minutes, half an hour, 40 minutes, depends on the day. Thai pulls, long runs, sprints, and they're just all tough, dude. Whereas, so Cowsock was more Thai style, so longer runs. So the pit was more like 5Ks, but the Cowsock was like 10Ks, 12Ks. I sort of ran more because I liked running more than most, but it was usually like 10Ks. But pads were real Thai style, 5-minute rounds, 6, 7 rounds.
Yeah.
Long clinch for 40 minutes, spar, everything was real drawn out, whereas the pit, intense as get in, get out. The Thais, they didn't have to go to work the next day,
Exactly.
So they were like, no, you're staying here till 8 o'clock. Whereas Blair's like, I'll get you fit, I'll get you strong, I'll get you ready, and I'll get you out of here so you're home for dinner.
Well, I mean, he's had a lot of experience, hasn't he? So he definitely knows what he's doing.
He's a good man. He has.
Can you talk about some of the differences? I know you've just touched on it. Are there any more similarities and differences that you really notice between the pit and Cowsock?
When Darren was there, no. When Kurovic was there, it was like Blair, because they were both trained by Satyenchai, what's his name? Jeff Devine. So they both had that style. But when the Thais were there, looked after the place, it was quite different, man.
Yeah. And
just a different vibe as well.
Yeah, and what now? People have heard stories. We've all heard the stories. But what was it like training at the shed back in the days before it got moved and all into commercial?
Yeah, right. Yeah. in my honest opinion, that was the heyday of Blair Smith, they were his best training days.
Yeah.
And he was just a hard man. Him and Clinton were just hard. Like I think he wanted to win more than us sometimes.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So he was a bad man. He was there. It was business. He was there to train you. He was there to make you tough, to fight true pit style. You know, walk forward, strong. You don't back down. You're always coming forward strong.
Yeah.
You're fit. You just go for days, man. And the training was like that in the shed. There was no fucking around. Can I say that?
You can swear, mate. You can say whatever you like.
There was no fucking about, eh? There was like, and yeah, there was no fucking about, man. It was just business.
Because is this correct? Like, you got the pit in Canning Vale and Calsock in, I always get this mixed up. Is it Forest Dale or Forest Field? I always get those two.
Forest Dale.
Okay.
Forest Field's near Midland. Forest Dale's out, Forest Field's out in the hills.
Yeah.
Forest Dale is, say, 5 k's west of Armidale, 10 k's west of Armidale, inland.
Yeah, Rowley Road or whatever it is, something like that, isn't it? Down there?
Yeah. Oh, yeah, and Calsock's in there. Sorry, yeah, Calsock. Yeah, that's off Nicholson, yeah.
Yeah.
Off the intersection of Nicholson and Rowley.
Yeah, because didn't it back in the days, the shed, when people used to train out of Blair's home, he lived in, I think it was Forest Field, and Darren had a gym in Canning Vale, and then when the pit went commercial, they moved to Canning Vale, and then Darren, when he went commercial, he moved out to Forest Dale. Is that correct?
Yeah, so no, the pit was originally in Forest Dale.
Yep.
And Calsock now is also in Forest Dale. And Blair was working full time in the gym, and then he's good mates with Brett Spagnolo, the other owner, and they got together and said, let's open a gym. So the pit went commercial to Canning Vale, and then about 6 months, it would have been more than that, maybe 9 months to a year, then Darren went commercial in Forest Dale.
Yeah, okay, yep. So they went from their homes to all commercial.
Yeah.
Now, a couple of years ago, you decided to retire as a fighter at the pit. What led you to that decision?
I was at Calsock when I retired.
Sorry, Calsock, yep.
Yeah, I was at Calsock when I retired. Look, man, a lot of things like, if you really want to succeed in Muay Thai, you got to be broke. Like, you're not making any money unless you're John Wayne Parr, Toby Smith, Nathan Corbett. You just look at this, like, I could rattle off probably 5 names in Australia of guys that have actually made some money.
Yeah.
That, and you stop feeling it, man. You get tired, like, I don't know. You just, and after it, I just sort of saw, it's not as humble as you think. I don't think Muay Thai. I saw a bit of sort of corruption in the sport, and people that were just in it for themselves, and a couple of bad losses, and I was just like, I can't be fucked anymore, man. It's not for me.
Yeah.
You stop having that real hunger to get up in the morning and be like, I'm going to go hit the bag in the freezing cold and run 12 Ks,
Well, I mean, it's hard, man, because, people working jobs, you can't, it's not like we're in Thailand where you can just eat, breathe and sleep Muay Thai. You got to work, you got financial commitments. It's hard, man. That's why a lot of people do drop out.
Yeah, definitely, bro. I've so many people do I know that have dropped out. Oh, I got this job,
Well, that's it, man.
I got this job. I'm not coming back. It's like, I feel you. I understand now.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I have to argue with my boss. I'm like, man, can I at least just train 2 days a week? Like, let me leave by 4:30 Tuesdays and Thursdays, and I've got to argue. I've got to argue for that. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Shout out to my work. They let me go early every day.
You've got a mad
good
boss,
people. Good people.
If you could have retired on your own terms, how would you have wanted to go out in a perfect story?
Look, man, I was looking at retiring a couple, basically to put it right here. I retired right before I walked out for my second fight with Kim Moulton.
What, mentally?
I was saying to Kerry Ann, my partner, I don't even want to go out. Like I was looking at this back door. I was like, I could just leave. I could walk off, and that'd be it. You know, like. And I was like, no, I've got to go out there. I've got to go out there and fight this dude. But yeah.
Let's talk about that for a second. How is your mental how do you address that when you're out there, like when you're mentally not there?
I don't know, man. That's not a good place to be. You either do or you don't, I guess. I don't know. For me, the Kim fight itself was my biggest achievement, so I couldn't let my first biggest achievement just be a fluke. I had to beat him again.
Yep.
My whole career was riding on it, so had it been someone else, hey man, it might have been a different fight, eh?
Yeah.
Might have ended bad for me.
Now,
but I wanted to win that WMC Australian title. I would have retired after I got that, but Pen and Pete did. Good on him.
Yeah, actually, and shout out to Pen and Pete. He's actually been doing quite well. I think he's had like 3 or 4 fights already this year over in Thailand at Kiap tip. So good on him.
Yeah, but he's got Stefan next, so watch out.
It's not an easy task for anyone.
That's a good fight for both of them.
It's a great fight because they both don't like to take a back step. So I think it's just who can handle the other person's power. To be honest.
Yeah, that's it.
Now, I remember actually a while ago, I actually was watching one of your fights, your K1 fights in Melbourne. It was on Fox Sports ages ago, and we were chatting about it, where you actually got deducted points for throwing elbows. However, when we were talking, you told me that your opponent's corner changed the rule set halfway through the fight. Tell me about that.
Okay, so not halfway through, but basically what happened is, so the promoter. How can I do this without dropping any names? So this particular promoter was the promoter of another organisation, a quite successful one.
Yep.
And he left there. He was like a rep basically. He wasn't the full promoter, but he promoted that in this country.
Yep.
And what were you talking about again?
So your K1 fight.
What was your question? Oh yeah, K1. And
dropping elbows.
Yeah. Oh shit. He changed the rules. So we asked him, okay, yeah, K1, all right. So what are the rules? Is it straight K1? Is it kickboxing? Is it this? And he goes, so basically you can catch the kick and sweep, or you can catch the kick and kick off of it, and then that's it. Or I don't think it was sweep, because I didn't even sweep him in the fight. I just caught his leg.
Yep.
And so we go, oh, okay. And clinch wise, you can grab on, knee twice, and then they'll separate. So I was like, yeah, sweet as. So we trained 6 weeks catching kicks, which I think I was pretty good at. That was one of my strong points. And 2 knees, let go, move on. And I got there. And first round, straight away, we exchanged a couple of punches, and then bang, he throws a body kick. I catch it. And I can't fully remember what happened. I think I sort of just pushed him off balance and then went to kick and counter or something like that. And then the referee goes, warning. And I was like, warning for what? And he goes, oh, you can't catch the kicks. I was like, so what am I supposed to do with it? But I didn't understand that, K1 they wear on the body and then like counting with the low kick and things like that.
Yeah.
But I always caught kicks, Muay Thai, that was my thing. So I caught the kick again and he took a point off. It was only a 3-round fight.
Yeah.
So, he took a point off and I was like, he threw another kick and I went to grab it and then I quickly pulled away and he like sort of went to warn me and I'm like, fuck man, I don't know what to do now. And then the fight went on a bit and he threw up another body kick and I just caught it and then he took another point off So in a 3-round fight, I'd already lost 2 points.
Yeah.
So I'd already lost. I needed a knockout to win. I was fighting Les Clark. That guy's good, man. That guy's not bad. So knocking him out is a big ask.
Yeah.
So I just kind of was like, you know what? Fuck this. And through and credit to Les Clark, he was good, man. But that wasn't a hard elbow. Like, imagine if I really put it in. That was like a love tap.
Yeah.
If I had to put that elbow in and played my game, you know, it would have been a different result.
Definitely. Do you find generally speaking, Muay Thai fighters adapt better to K1 rules, or kickboxers can adapt better to Muay Thai rules?
Nah, I reckon.
Just a general question.
That's hard. Who's done it? Well, look at Borkow. But that's a different breed.
Well, that's K1 changed the rule set just because of him.
Yeah, exactly. That was like 2008, was it? 2009. But hey, look at this. How many boxers do you see, or boxers and kickboxers, fighting Muay Thai rules?
Yeah.
There's your answer.
Yeah, definitely. And now one more fight, or another fight that I know we're keen to chat about, is your last fight that you had was against Marco Tentori. That fight did not go the way you thought it would, and what happened afterwards led to you getting suspended by Muay Thai WA. Can you talk about that from your perspective?
That was my third last fight. My last Muay Thai was Pen and Pete, and then Malad boxing. But so Marco, what happened? It was on his trainer's promotion. So Alan Pond on his ISKA promotion.
Yeah.
And like I said it then, I'll say it again. It is, without being biased, one of, if not the worst robbery I have seen in my 10 years of Muay Thai. Overseas on just Muay Thai rules. It was a complete shutout. Every single round, I caught his kicks. I swept him in the clinch. I kneed him in the clinch. I landed strong body kicks, flush body kicks, and he was landing pitter-patter on my arms.
Yeah. And
look, man, I don't know what they must have said. Well, you know what? After the Stefan fought Marco came up to Stefan and actually said, "Oh, we knew we wouldn't beat your Muay Thai rules, so we made it ISKA rules." But so basically, what you're saying is you're going to judge at one criteria, but you're going to tell them it's the other criteria. So, hey, man, if that's how he wanted to beat me, good for you. That shows what kind of person he is, I guess. But you know, it is what it is. I've gotten past that. I don't really care anymore.
Yeah.
Once you live the retirement life, you stop caring, eh?
No chance of a return ever, Sam?
Oh.
Never say never?
I'd probably come back for one guy, and that's Jamie Lungatano.
Oh yeah. I remember he used to train at Ponds for a bit, and then he went to Riddler's. This is a while ago. I don't know. I haven't heard from him in years.
Yeah. So yeah, he and hey man, just back to it. I don't mean any ill will against Marco, eh? Like, whatever. It is what it is. It's all good, bro. It's all good. But Lungatano, so he started at Ponds, and then he was doing good, man. He was pretty cagey coming up in the ranks, and I was doing well too, and I'd come off of winning 2 state titles in a row, and I think in a row. Yeah, I did. I won the 76 AMF and the 79 WMC.
Yeah.
And then I fought Lungatano. I think that's how. I can't remember. I got it written down somewhere. But anyway, I was on a high. I'm pretty sure I'd won 2 state titles. I'd won 4 in a row, and I just came in and I really underestimated him, man. I came in fat. I didn't cut weight properly. I I just was like, I'll beat this guy. I really wrote him off, and he stopped me in the first round. Credit to him, man. He was a southpaw. He was cagey as, had some cool tricks, and he called me, and that ate at me. That ate at me for years, man. And I tried to chase him. I tried to chase a rematch off of him, but he went down in weight, and then he went down to 72, and I asked him for years. I was like, "Are we going to rematch?" And then no, it never ended up happening. But still, he's the one guy.
That's the one loss that plays on your mind.
Yeah. You ever want to come back, fight Muay Thai? Let's do it. We'll have one more.
Hey, with that, you just mentioned that you grossly underestimated him, like you thought he was going to be a walkover, and you underestimated him and you lost. Let's flip that. Yeah. Who would you say out of all your opponents did you not give, or I won't say not enough respect, but someone that you underestimated, and apart from Jamie, who's another guy that you underestimated, but when you fought them, you thought, oh, geez, they're actually a lot better than what I thought they would be?
Nobody. No. Jamie was the only person I ever underestimated. I went into every fight thinking it's him or it's me.
Yeah.
Right? I never thought, oh, is it going to be easy, or is it going to be this or anything? I just thought, I'm going in there, I'm going to get the job done, I'm going to fight, and, I'm going to train like I always did, But the one time I come off 4 wins, started getting names myself, won a couple of state titles, put the foot off the accelerator, started to eat a bit. Oh, I'll beat this guy. Yeah, nope.
And at the start, we mentioned that you originally wanted to get into the sport to be a millionaire. However, if you don't get paid, then that doesn't happen. And I believe a couple of times you haven't been paid for a couple of your fights in the past. What happened there? And because of those experiences, did that make you change the way you handled fights from a financial perspective, or certain promotions that you don't want to work with?
Nah. Hey, yeah. It was really early on, but it was my 6th fight for my first state title, and I was only supposed to get $500, and I sold probably a table, if that. I probably sold like 8 tickets.
Yeah. So
that was my purse covered, but I gave him the tickets, and then I got a couple of generals, like probably 5 or 6 of my mates came up, and that covered the costs. And then I went up to him and said, can I have my purse? And he basically said, you didn't sell enough tickets. And I said, well, I got told I don't know if my trainer didn't organise it properly or what happened, but I got told by my trainer that I was getting $500 on the door after the fight. And I thought, I'll at least if I cover that in costs, I'll get a bit. But I didn't end up getting that. I spoke to the guy about 2 years ago, actually. I messaged him and he blocked me. Yeah, he's like, I don't know what you're talking about, and blocked me. And then, there was another one where I'm not going to drop any names, man, but it was one of my last fights. I did everything. I got a corporate sponsor to buy 2 tables. So I well and truly covered the costs. I sold $2.5 grand worth of 2,800, I think it was, worth of table seats.
Yep.
And I had about 1,000 on the door. And then I asked him, because I wanted this fight so bad, I covered the costs. And I called him the next day. I called him and he ignored my call, or he didn't get my call, whatever. Then the next day, I called him again. He must have ignored my call this time. And then another day went by and I got a mess, and then I sent a text and I said, hey man, what about my purse? Because the original deal was to cover the costs, and then after that I get cash back. So I gave him all the tickets, all the money, handed it all in. waiting for my cash on the door after the fight. And then he goes, "Oh, I'll sort it out. I'll count it all up, and then I'll get back to you." So I was like, "Oh, yeah, whatever." Then again, the phone calls, the messages, and then I get a text, not even a phone call, a text saying, "Sorry, I didn't make enough money," and that was it. I was like, "Well, what about your main event? You know, $300 would have been nice. I wasn't working."
Well, that's not your problem, is it?
My heart and soul into this sport, yeah. So then after that, and I didn't have a good fight. I just went, fuck this sport, basically. I don't want to do it anymore. I don't want to fight.
And back then when you were fighting, you used to cut quite a lot of weight sometimes. What's some of the worst weight cuts you've done?
The worst. I will say this. Weight cutting is a very, very useful tool if it's done supervised.
Mm-hmm.
If you know what you're doing and you do it safely, it's not a bad thing. It's a good thing. It has a great advantage. If you're doing it inexperienced and unsupervised, it's not. My worst weight cut was I fought for the WBC 79 kilo title against Tom Harvey in Perth, and it was supposed to be. I fought at IFMA 2 weeks before. I came 3 weeks, sorry, and then I had a week in Thailand after IFMA. I blew out. I got fat. I ate heaps. Dairy Queen, Burger King,
Swenson's.
So I came back like 85 kilos, and I was like, I'll lose the weight in 3 weeks easy, but I didn't. It stuck to me, man. Like, honest to God, I'm sorry, Tom. I didn't make weight. I was 1.5 kilos over. I'm sorry, bro, but I really did try. I really did try and get the weight off. Last Kerry Ann, I was eating broccoli and tuna for like 8 or 9 days, water loading, boiled eggs. Like, I just ate the worst food, man.
Yeah.
And I lost from Monday night. I was 9.5 kilos out, and I was weighing in on Friday.
Shit.
And I got 8 kilos off, and I was 1.3 over, I think I was. But I just that's again, if you're doing it unsupervised and you're eating like a hippo, eating Swenson's and Dairy Queen and fucking KFC, you're not doing it properly. It's not a good tool, man. Then you are the tool, you know. You're not using the tool.
That's right. With that fight, Tom Harvey, you were actually meant to fight Scott Wilson, but he hurt his back.
Yeah.
And
Thanks,
like,
Tom,
knowing
that.
what... Sorry, mate?
Thanks, Tom, for taking that fight.
See, knowing what you know now with weight cutting, how would you have done things differently back then?
Well, I don't know. You know, I could turn around and say, oh, I would have done it like this, but when you've been training for 4 weeks, 5 weeks, and you're so tired, it's Saturday night, it's rest time, man, that bag of lollies or a block of chocolate, it's pretty appealing. It's hard to say no. So I don't know. Would I do it different? Who knows? Probably not, man. Probably not.
Awesome. And like, as a fighter, winning and losing, it's all part of the experience. So how did you deal with multiple losses in a row?
I don't know, man. I don't know. How do I answer that?
Okay, how do you pick yourself up mentally?
I did at the start. I did care, but I also didn't, because you know what? It sucks to lose. That's wrong. It sucks to lose. Everybody hates to lose.
Yeah.
But I just wanted to fight, man. I just wanted to be in centering, in front of the crowd, give it my best. I wanted to feel beat up. I wanted to beat them up. I just loved the thrill. I loved to be there. The result was a +1, but I always knew deep down that I was going to win the right one, so it didn't really matter.
Yeah.
You could say I was a journeyman, I guess, but I still won the right ones.
And like, when you just talked about like losses and it sucks and everything, I actually saw a really good meme the other day. It said, "Don't let a win go to your head, and don't let a loss get to your heart." And I thought that was really, really good.
Yeah. It is,
It is, man. Like, I like reading memes like that, and make you think, and you're like, yeah, that actually is.
Someone should have said that later in my career. in the beginning, I didn't care, but when I started getting these big fights and lose a few of them, I was like, man, this sucks. That's when it really hit me.
How did you deal with nerves like pre-fight, or did you not get them?
No, any fighter who ever tells you they're not nervous is a fucking liar.
Oh yeah,
He's a flat out liar, man.
Except for Roy. Except Roy, he's one of the few.
Nah, I reckon Roy will be nervous, bro. Trust me. He's just cold-faced killer, bro. He's cool as. He's hell. You know, he's relaxed as. Yeah. He just seems to deal with it better. I don't know. I didn't deal with the man. I shat water. I pissed 100,000 times a night. I shook. My guts were sick. I would poke my head out the curtain and look at the crowd and be like, oh, man, there's like 800 to 1,000 people here. What if I get knocked out in front of 1,000 people? Yeah. That's going to suck. I don't think you do deal with it. You just, as soon as you get out there, my Ramoy probably, that's how I dealt with it. Yeah. To relax and loosen up. Yeah. That's probably how I dealt with it. But other than that, man, you just, up until the bell rings, it's a ride, bro. It's scary as fuck. Did you usually get a lot of sleep the night before fights? Yeah. You did? Yep, absolutely. From my weight cuts, from the carb load. Yeah. Because you had no carbs all week, and then you would load. I mean, like, I'm talking 450 to 500 grams of carbs in the space of 9 to 10 hours. Like, I would stay up till like 2, 3 in the morning eating and drinking, and then I would sleep till like 12 at night, 12 during the day, wake up for a bit, stretch, walk around, go back to sleep, have some more food, you know, that carb dump. Yeah, I slept like a baby every fight. That's good, man, because I watched listened to GSP on Joe Rogan's podcast, and he said every time before he fight he could hardly sleep, couldn't do nothing, and then he'd go out there and like smash people. And he said the one time that he got to sleep perfectly was the weigh-in when he fought Matt Serra, and then he got knocked out. He got knocked out, so he's like, I remember that. I don't want to sleep again. But I remember he goes to saying, you sleep when you're dead. He's a mad dog. Yeah, he goes, I sleep when I'm dead, in his French accent. How did you deal with getting KO'd and bounce back? Oh, I don't know, man. It's like early in the beginning. Like I said, it didn't affect me until later in my career, like the last 8 to 10 fights. Early, when I got KO'd, I was like, oh, did the crowd like it? Was it a good knockout? Are they going to remember my name? You know? Yeah. Was I in a good fight? That's all I cared about. If I tick those boxes, I walk out the door happy. And like, you're not fighting anymore, but now you're a trainer at the pit. You're an assistant to Blair and Clint, helping to develop the next generation of pit fighters coming through. What do you personally look for in someone who you think could have real potential as a fighter? Heart. Straight away. Yep. You can't teach heart. You can teach skills. You can't teach heart. Yeah, you've either got it or you don't, basically. Exactly. Yeah. I've seen some guys come through gyms with phenomenal skill, man, and then you see these guys that come through gyms with like sort of average skill, and they're killers. They're just wicked. Yeah, they have that. They just have that. Especially Muay Thai. Yeah, and actually, now that you said that, that reminded me of a when I was watching you on Warriors of the Moncon, you said a really good. It was like a one-liner. I can't remember it word for word, but it was something along the lines of Muay Thai is hard and thugs don't make it in the sport, or something to that effect. Nah, I can't remember what I said. I know what you're talking about. I can't remember what I said. But that it's just Muay Thai. It's martial arts. Like you're not going to get like how do I word this? People have this perception that martial arts is a thug sport. We're thugs. We want to beat people up on the weekend. we go out and, we look for fights. It's the opposite, man. I guarantee every fighter, if someone wants to fight them on the street, they're probably looking for a way out until they have to do something,
Yeah, yep.
Thugs don't make it in this sport. Or, actually, some thugs do make it, man, but I think it humbles them.
Yeah, definitely.
I can relate to that.
Definitely. Now, just one thing I'd like to touch on is your partner, Kerry Ann, is still actively fighting. What's your mental state like when you're in her corner watching her fight and the whole process during fight camp? Because you guys have done that with each other many a times.
Worse than when I fought.
Worse?
Way worse, because I can't control it.
Yeah.
But I love the camp. I love the journey with her because it's still a taste of fighting, I guess. It's more close. It's more personal for me. So I still get that little bit of, we're going out there, we're going to throw down. But as at her fight camps as well, it kind of keeps me grounded, stops me from going out, stops me from running up. I still get to have a bit of a drink and stuff like that, but I'm not, not getting wild.
Yeah, we're getting older, mate.
Yeah.
Well, I am
Hey,
anyway.
bro, I'm only 30.
Yeah, I'm old.
I'm only 30.
Now, I remember, we were talking about your favourite fight or one of your most proudest achievements was against Kim Olsen.
Yeah.
Have you got anything else that comes close or another achievement that sticks out in your mind?
Yeah. Look, whatever the result, beating Marco, and not just beating Marco. Like, anybody can say whatever they want. They can say, but you didn't win. But if that was judged by the WMC, the world, the highest governing, achieving body of Muay Thai, it was a lesson. He was taken to school, and he was shown how to fight Muay Thai, and no one could do that. No one did that to that guy for years, man. For years. And I was like, I know how to do this. Trust me, watch this. I know how to do it. And I did it. So that and the top three and the three fights all together with Andy Regan.
Sorry, who was that?
That's the one with Marco, and the three fights. I had three fights with a trilogy with a guy named Andy Regan.
Oh yeah, tell us about that. Yep.
He's a tough lad, man. He started early. He was my first fight for my first state title, and he stopped me in the fourth. I was transitioning between moving to Perth and coming from Bunbury.
Yep.
I wasn't doing what I should have, but I went out there and gave him an all right fight until about the third and the fourth, and then his training, his fitness shone through, and he ended up stopping me in the fourth round with body rips.
Yeah, okay.
Credit to him. Good work. And then I came back to the pit, and I was supposed to fight a guy. What was his name? His name was Graham something. Anyway, I forget. And then I got a phone call. I was sitting on the couch at home, and I got a phone call from Blair saying, "Do you want to fight Andy Regan in 2 weeks or 3 weeks?" I think it was 4. I can't remember. 4 weeks off. It was like 4 or 5 weeks maybe. How long was it? I don't know. I can't remember. Anyway, I just remember having an original fight and then a bit of training going by, and then getting that phone call, however long it was, and so to me that was I don't know how do I that there was no that I was not going to lose that fight. Yeah. There is no way I was going to lose that fight, and I actually remember. I'll remember this forever, man. Me and Clint always talk about it. Clint Housen, before he went out there, he goes, "Go into the middle of that ring, look that man in the eyes, and show him you are a different person. Show him you're a changed man." And I did that, and that sort of arced me up. So I was like, because I was scared, man. I wasn't confident. This guy had already beat me. I didn't know what to expect. I didn't know what was going to happen. And then we went out there, and in probably one of the best, not Muay Thai fights, but the best pub brawls, would
Yeah.
you say?
Yeah.
I reckon PSM seen both of us went to hospital.
Is that video on YouTube?
Yeah, it is. Yeah, look up
Oh.
Samuel Ballantyne, Andy Regan. It'll pop up. The one on Nemesis with the blue ring, the blue
All right.
canvas.
Excellent. I'm gonna have a
War.
little
It
look
was
see
it
at
was
that
a
a bit later.
war. I split my eye open. I split my shin open. I got stitches in my shins, glue in my eye. Andy broke his arm. Yeah, we both ended up in hospital.
Was it a draw?
No, I won splits decision. I won that one.
Yeah, nice one,
Yeah.
but
And then our third one. So actually, he probably is another person I did underestimate. I went to Thailand. I went to Full Moon. I fought in Thailand, and then I went to Full Moon, and I had 8. Yeah, I went to Full Moon party, and then Blair messaged me and goes, "Right, you're fighting Andy Regan on domination." I did my usual, blew out to 91 kilos, fat as hell. Come back, started training, and I was a mess. I was an absolute mess. Like, I reckon I won the lottery this night, eh? Yeah, I'll admit that. And but I trained my ass off. Like, man, I really, really trained hard. But I still went into that fight going, you know, before it, I'm going to party. Like, I don't care. I'm going to roll in there. I'm going to do the same thing. But it definitely was way easier than I expected. I stopped him in a minute, I think it was, because when I walked out, he changed his style. He tried to fight me like smart and use IQ instead of brawl me like he beat me the first time, and how it was a split decision the second time. Like, he wanted to do technique, and I was like, "What? You serious?" I looked at his guard, and I was like, "I'm going to knock this guy out in this round." As soon as I saw his guard, I swear on my life, I looked at his guard, and I was like, "That's it. That's a wrap. Let's go." And I waited for him to come forward twice, and then just a quick little check hook right hand, and the right hand landed perfectly on his chin. And it dropped him. He got straight back up. Credit to him. I dropped him again on the ropes, and he got back up. And then a couple more sort of punches, and it wobbled him, and he got called on his feet. I didn't knock him out. He's a tough dude, eh?
Yeah.
That guy is made of steel, man. Some unworldly material.
Especially if he wants to fight you 3 times.
Yeah. But as soon as he had his guard up, I was like, yeah, it's done.
I wanted to ask you, you sort of been doing, I know they're more for yourself and just for fun and sort of stuff, but you've been getting into like doing highlight videos and stuff. What made you want to have a crack at that? Because that's some pretty cool stuff.
Because sorry, bro, I've got to go take some photos for the gym. That's just my alarm now. Remind me to get the camera. Basically, I watched a Nick Diaz highlight on YouTube.
Yeah.
Like, oh, that's pretty cool, and I should make one of them for myself. And I stewed on it for about a year, and then I started watching fights, and then I started looking at Googling computer programs that do it. Next step, I bought a computer, and then I made my own highlight reel, because I always wanted one of myself, because I used to watch highlight reels, and I was like, man, I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna make one of my own.
Yeah.
And I bought a computer, and I downloaded it, and I did it now. I made a highlight reel. I made one of Nick and Nate Diaz. I made one of Toby Smith. I made one of Roy Wills. And then I kind of got bored with it. I was like, this isn't as fun anymore. I want to video my own footage. So I did one of Kerry Ann, my partner. I did an ultra marathon. I filmed my own little highlight of her. And then I've just done one for Synergy, like a little promotion for Brett and Blair. So
sweet. When's that Synergy one coming up?
Whenever Spags posts it, I guess.
Oh, yeah. He's in
He
Bali,
emailed to me last night.
having too much fun.
Yeah, he's in Bali. Probably when he gets back.
Yeah. Oh, hey, dude, this chat's been wicked. I really enjoyed it. If people want to follow you or get in contact with you, how can they reach you?
I don't know if they will. I'm on Facebook, but yeah, I'm pretty quiet these days. I don't, if you got mutual friends, I'll add you.
Yep.
But if it looks a bit shady, I might not.
Any fake profiles?
Yeah, sorry.
From Pakistan in Punjab?
Yeah. No, they probably add Carrie Ann, not me.
Hey, last but not least, anyone that you want to thank or give a shout out to?
Yeah, man. Bless Mick and Klinhausen. Absolutely, quickly, Paul and Darcy from Bunbury, they were my launch pad. But Clint and Blair, I really learnt from them what the attitude of a fighter was and how you needed to succeed. I ended up leaving the pit and then learning new things, which was also a great path. But if it wasn't for them, I would have never carried that mentality until the day I leave. I will always carry that mentality of the pit, tough, walk forward, never quit, work hard. Man, I'm like that at work now every day because of that. That's where I learned that. And if it wasn't for those guys, who knows?
Muay Thai, it's not just a sport, it's a way of life.
No. Just all martial arts. Even all martial arts, boxing for some people, jiu-jitsu, wrestling, and all martial arts for anyone. Go find a gym. Do yourself a favour. Learn to fight.
Absolutely, mate. Well, thank you very much for our chat, man. I've thoroughly enjoyed it, and I will see you in the gym later this week.
I will, brother. See you then.
Cheers, buddy.
Catch you, man.
Lives of great warriors, revered and notorious, infamous and legendary. That to me is glorious. Come kick it, still talk some shit with me. I'll ask so you can answer and explain to me the history. I had to throw a vicious knee. I got a passion for the art of 8 limbs. I'm just asking from the heart. So as I conclude this interview, thanks so much for sitting through. Loved all the fighters and the folks that listen. This for you.